So we're gonna send this submarine to Mudbox, so that way we can fix the scene problem much easier. Okay, so I'm going to select the object, right, and I'm going to File and then Send to Mudbox as a new scene. Okay, so once I send this to Mudbox, okay, depending on how bad you model the object, they usually give you a warning. Okay, so in this case, it says like, oh, Mudbox has detected some problem in your submarine object. And if you look at this picture, right, it's indicating like there is this triangle happening. So it's probably referring to this region here and that region at the back. Okay, so Mudbox don't usually like the triangle. Okay, and also if you have error or have like issue in your model, Mudbox also cannot load the object. Okay, so you have to come back to Maya and fix it up. Okay, make sure everything's nice and clean, and you can go back to Mudbox to put a texture. Okay, now in this case, there's an option for me to keep all this mesh, so I want to keep this one. Right, keep everything. Now, again, because we have a texture already, I don't want to hand paint this one, but rather I want to do a projection. Okay, but before that, since I turn on the mirror, I'm going to have this thing off. Right, make sure this is set on sculpting, and I'm going to load the same texture that we had on the blackboard here. Okay, so make sure this is set to projection, stencil, and there is this little icon. Right, you can click and you can add stencil. Okay, so I'm going to demo project, and this is my texture file. Okay, so when I open up, it get loaded here. Okay, so make sure you have to click it again, and now like it's loaded properly. Okay, so there's a definite seam here, right? So we try to blur that using this projection brush. Okay, so I'm gonna press Q to show again, and I'm going to project. Okay, so oops, so this is still selected to the grass, so make sure this is selected to the file that we choose. Okay, so I'm gonna click that. Okay, so don't use stamp image. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that off. So click this one. I'm going to paint now. Okay, rotate the object and start like clicking. Okay, so if you don't like how the seam is fixing, you can actually like move the picture, right, or the projection. So S and middle mouse button, and you can project again, rotate, project again, and rotate. Now like the line is not so visible anymore. And again, you can try to rotate it like this, right? So following the texture that we had here, and project again, right? Oops, so make sure this is placed properly. Okay, like this. Okay, so there's a definite line that we have to clean up. So we have to rotate this a little bit more. Like that. Make it bigger, and I can just like project. Okay, so if you're using your webcam, you're gonna have a nice like pressure sensitivity, right? So this side and this side will blur nicely. Okay, so I'm just using my mouse, and yeah, again, maybe I'll rotate this picture a little closer and do like that. Okay, so get creative, right? You can put your other texture here, make the submarine look nice with the windows and all. Okay, so I'm just showing you how to fix this in a different software. Okay, now assuming that you finish, right, you're supposed to finish all these seam problem. Let's say you finish already and you want to save up. Okay, I'm going to right click the diffuse name and I'm going to export. Right, export. Then I'm going to put in the proper folder. So I'm going to rename this Submarine texture underscore Mudbox. Right, so I know that this is my texture that come from Mudbox. Okay, I'm gonna save it. Now, so you have to come back to Maya and we have to load the texture again. Now, the question is like, do we still need this file? Well, usually I don't need it, so I can just like close Mudbox without having to save this object file. Okay, because I already exported texture and I can close this without problem. Okay, so going back to Maya, I'm going to duplicate it just for the sake of demonstration. And in this one, I'm going to make a new shader and I'm going to put the texture that we just created in Mudbox. Right, so if I go to my texture folder, this is my new texture coming from Mudbox. Okay, and if I load it, and you can see like the difference. Okay, here we have like a definite seam, and this one it doesn't. Okay, and again here we have like a line that go vertically, especially around this area, and here it's not so visible. Okay, but I mean if you zoom really close, there's, and if you have a good eye, I think there's a seam somewhere here. Right, this one here, there is like a separation, or like something is, yeah, it's not continuous. Okay, but I don't think people will zoom into that length or distance. Okay, and you can use this technique to fix your UV seam problem in your object if there is any. Okay, so good luck.